Hi YouTube, welcome to Butterfly Alchemist. Today I'm going to talk about how you are the golden speck in the universe and what I mean by that. So first, to go into this, I want to frame it with how do we feel when we look at the night sky and we see the stars and the planes and we see we are so much smaller than them, yet they look like these tiny, tiny dots, like little ants in the sky. It can be a humbling and beautiful experience, but it can also make us come away thinking, what am I? What am I? So we don't want to come away with only that feeling though, because that isn't the full truth of what we are. We are also very powerful specks. So now I'll go into some concepts in physics that demonstrate this. So we are all made of matter. Everything we see is made of matter. And that matter goes tinier than our cells. It goes to atoms. And those atoms have the teeniest, tiniest invisible things to our eyes called particles. And then those types of particles are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So teeny, 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 tiny bits of matter we are made of. And we've found that when we put these teeny, tiny bits of matter in certain conditions, we can produce immense energy. And before I continue, I want to bring up another concept. We also have antimatter. And we don't see antimatter because it is exceptionally rare in the universe. In fact, the only way on Earth we can even produce it is through incredibly expensive machines called particle accelerators. And the main point of antimatter is it's an opposing twin to matter. So for example, it could be a negatively charged antiproton. A proton is usually positively charged. So it's a reversal of everything we see and everything all around us. And we still don't fully understand antimatter. But I just want you to remember opposite and rare. Keep that in your mind. Opposite, tiny, rare, and powerful. Okay? So we found when we collide matter and antimatter together in these accelerators, it produces vast amounts of energy. You take 1 gram of matter and antimatter and put it into a collision, and it produces the energy equivalent of 1 kilotron of energy, which is the same as an atomic bomb. And that has me thinking, if 1 gram of matter and antimatter particles, this tiny amount, under the right conditions of one force opposing another, produces that amount of energy, how many grams are we? We are on average as human beings 70,000 to 80,000 grams of matter. And that really had me thinking. That means that the energy within us, when harnessed in certain colliding conditions, is enough to power the same amount of energy as 70 to 80,000 atomic bombs, or half of that amount, because we would be part of that collision. But the point is, we would have the potential to either produce enormous amounts of energy, earth-changing amounts. Each of us have that potential in our raw energy form, or each of us have the potential to destroy the world just from the energy within ourselves, whether we're aware of it or not. So that's why I say we are the golden spark as well. And I started thinking, what if I decided in my mind to take on properties of the antimatter. See, the majority of the world is headed a certain way, where peace of mind is becoming rarer, where nobility is becoming rarer, patience, and opposing that degeneration is becoming the antimatter in the world. The antimatter that says, I stand for peace, I stand for goodness, I stand for nobility, I don't give up, I don't give in. And if 1 gram of antimatter in that collision can produce that energy, imagine what we are doing, whether we know it or not, on a level we don't even understand, to change the world when we tell our whole body to come into alignment with good. When we say, my 70,000 to 80,000 grams of matter are going to be composed of patience, of kindness, of faith, of hope, of love, we can have immense power. So be humble. You are a speck. It's true. We are all specks, and we have to be aware of that. I'm not discounting that. But also remember, we are sparks. Maybe we are... I have to come up with a phrase to marry those two, and I'll make sure I have that in the title. Thank you.